Life in the 1900s must have been a breeze. All you had to do was go to school, find a decent degree, and then after that you had a great job and paid like $200 for a house, and you were set for life. But nowadays, as we all know, we get lucky if we even get a free cheeseburger. And even that, who's giving up free cheeseburgers? Like, what is the type of world that we're living in right now? The system's basically set up to where once you become legally an adult, you're still not able to drink, but you're still able to sign your whole life away to a degree that you may not even know if it's gonna pay you or not, and basically shattering your entire future and within probably a couple seconds. And yes, there are many studies, there's a lot of people that have gone through the same path, dealing with hundreds of thousands, not just thousands, but hundreds of thousands of debt, and they have a degree that doesn't even pay them even close to the amount of what they signed up for. Now with that introduction, I'm gonna go on listing the worst college degrees, so that if you're looking for a degree, probably don't choose these. And if you did, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I don't know, I could make you a cheeseburger. Now, one of these is actually close to my heart because I almost chose one of these, and it's really scary that it was really high up on the list. I'm glad that I didn't go fully through it. But anyways, this is not about me. This is how to not be a failure guide 101. So without further ado, I'm gonna say it right now because we're gonna go through this over and over again. This is gonna be a common theme with most degrees, is that a lot of these you can kind of just go on your own and study, probably do very well, and if not, even better. So don't do this. Just don't be dumb. First one we're going to be talking about is music and performance. Now, this is generally speaking, we're talking about music. If you don't know Spotify, God help you. Yeah, we listen to music every day. Not saying that it's not a helpful part of life, because I can't imagine life without music. It would be horrible. So hey, music is helpful. Not saying that any of these are not going to be helpful. Just saying, why did you go to college and pay this amount to go to school? Which, why did you do that? First of all, because you're not Kanye. And if you are, then, you know, probably not. Now, the median income for this degree after graduation starting is between 35 and 40. Like, go to a McDonald's at that point. Put the fries in the bag. So yeah, that's very, very sad considering that you signed away like a whole fucking sports car amount of money to go to school to get like a measly 30 grand a year. I'm also gonna mention that this is not really a crazy amount. For anyone that's watching that's not in the US, I know it's gonna be kind of like weird to understand in your foreign terms. Foreign to me. You're not foreign, it's foreign. You get what I'm saying. 35 grand a year is kind of like a little below the medium. You can survive off of this income on your own, but when we're talking about a family, you're wanting to start a family, it's gonna be a little bit tougher. Probably don't choose something that's not gonna pay you that much. Next one, we're gonna be talking about English and literature. I really need to double check if this is the amount that you pay for school, because if you do, what the fuck? No hate towards it, but I mean, that's what you want to do. I mean, fuck it, fine. The only thing I can envision is probably you end up as a professor, or God forbid, a high school or middle school teacher. I remember how bad of a student I was as a high school kid, especially after paying like that much money. Like, that's the job that you end up at. I'm not sure that that's where you end up. I know that that's like the general field where you kind of end up. It's not a great payoff. Again, for this is what you're paying, and you're making about, again, roughly 35 to 38 grand, maybe 40 grand a year. Now, I should also include mid-career salary, which this one is around 54 to 55 grand a year, which is fine, but this is kind of like mid-class. And for paying, again, this amount, it just doesn't make sense. What are you doing with your life? Just put the fries in the bag. Next one, we're gonna be on our top 5 finally. This one may be a little controversial one because it's helpful, but it's helpful in the sense of if you study this one more, you'll definitely end up in a good field. But if you don't, you're probably gonna be working at a fucking prison. And this one's psychology, and that's psychology as a minor. Whoa, that sounded really fucking as an undergrad. Psychology as a whole, it's a super interesting topic. It's definitely something to look into if you're just kind of studying it on your own, because it's really interesting. It's really cool to see how your mind works and all this cool shit. But again, this is what we're paying. What the fuck are we doing? Undergrad is not really gonna get you much. Just getting a basic bachelor's, which is already a whopping 4 years of your life. It's not really gonna get you anywhere. Starting salary for this is gonna be around $35,000. It's not great. Again, it sucks. Now, mid-career, we're also looking at around $50,000, which is not bad, but again, we could do better. Now, where this one shines, which it would be probably looking at the better degrees to get, would be if we pursue this one as a PhD or a master's, which we're looking at like 8 to 10 years of studying. No one wants to do that, but when you kind of get to that level, you're making a decent amount of change. Like, it's for the people that want to spend all that time doing that. If it's not you, if you want to do only 4 years, again, put the fries in the bag, get the fuck out of here. At number 4, we are looking at religious studies. Do I have to explain this one? This one's kind of going over religion as a whole. We're not really delving into practicing faith. It's just kind of looking at religion from a third view perspective. I don't even know if I explained that right. Which, again, these are interesting topics from a secondary perspective. But again, as a first career option, what are we doing? This is what we're looking at for the loan amount. It's gonna be a little bit better than the rest on this category. Most of these jobs are kind of just like, you can get these jobs without the degree. You only really choose these if you're kind of just going in blindly and say, oh hey, I really like religion, I'm gonna go study it because it makes sense. It doesn't fucking make sense. What are you? Average starting income, we're looking at around 33 to 34,000. Go to McDonald's, work full fucking time. I'm sure you'll probably see more out of that than any of these fucking. Number 3, we're looking at humanities / liberal arts. This is one of those where it's interest based. It's an interesting subject. Yes, it is. You're kind of just studying how humans are and like what humans, I don't know, you're fucking studying humans. Don't quote me on a lot of this stuff. I don't know. But this subject as a whole, it's really interest based. A lot of the jobs, I just don't really I don't get it, okay? This is how much you're paying and this is how much you're getting out of it. So, like, does it make sense? Did it make sense when you signed that fucking paper? At number 2, this is where I said this really sits close to my heart because art and expression has been a close thing for me for most of my life. It's always creeped up to me, and wherever I try to go, even if I tried to stray away from it, it always seemed to just creep up and beat the shit out of me. And at the same time, it would tell me that everything is okay and that everything will be all right, even though it's not. I know that a lot of you probably relate to this and you probably chose this certain field or degree. If not, then okay, whatever, you didn't fucking choose this. You're just watching this to feel better about yourself. What the fuck are you doing? I know a lot of you probably have chosen these because they really felt close to heart, and just like me, it was something that I envisioned myself doing for a really, really long time, and it was a lifelong dream. But when you sit down and do the numbers and you're really realistic about what the fuck you're doing in life, it just doesn't make sense, and that's where this one comes in as well. This one's film and cinema studies. Now, if you're wondering how this one doesn't work out, this is what the school cost looks like, and this is what you're getting out. This is one that I really, really did want to work because I did my research. I really looked into how do you become a director even though no one wants to hire you because you're just a fucking 24-year-old college graduate that doesn't know shit about cinema. You've probably fucking watched like thousands of films, but no one gives a shit. One of my biggest takeaways from that was looking at the successful people in the industry and realizing that most of them, if not all of your favorites, probably did not go to school for any of what they did. This goes with a lot of these industries. A lot of the people that are doing what you want to do probably didn't go to school. A lot of it was probably a lot of effort, a lot of hard work, and a lot of risk taking that a lot of people don't like doing and don't really like thinking about because we like to be comfy, we like to be all nice and comfortable, and we like to never leave our little cave. We're Neanderthal brain wired like that. I don't blame you, but at the same time, if you really want to achieve that type of status, there's a lot of risk involved, and not saying that you can't do it, but you just got to know what you're getting yourself into. Most of these, except for religious studies, unless you want to be the next Gandhi, which Good luck with that one. Now, at the number 1, this should have surprised no one. Fine arts. Sadly, I considered this one as well. Now, fine arts is the most broad degree because it's covering mostly all forms of art. It's really hard to value any of that when it comes to the real world because art is subjective. Valuing your work, how good it looks, and not only that, but comparing your art to millions of other artists out there that want to do the same thing that you're doing, it's gonna be you're gonna have a hard time. Not saying it's not possible, but if you want to be the next Picasso, I wish you luck. This is what you're paying, and this is what you're getting out of it. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and drop a like. Make sure to please subscribe. Stay positive.